The Empires SMP has ended after 2 seasons. Or have they? What's next for the Empires SMP? Will there be a Season 3? Let's take a quick recap. Empire Season 1 started in June of 2021 and ended in January of 2022. Empire Season 2 started in June of 2022 and ended in May of 2023. But in between those 2 seasons, the Empire's members were on another SMP, Afterlife, the sequel to One Life and X Life. That lasted from March to June. And now, after the finale of Empire Season 2, we have the sequel to Afterlife, the New Life SMP. New Life started a little over a month ago, but it is far from reaching its end. Now, there's a huge difference between the endings of Empire Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1 ended with sort of a big finale with all the kingdoms tearing apart and whatnot, but Season 2's end was more soft and abrupt. Each member ended on their own time after completing their bases and just left. A lot of people thought that the ending for Season 2 was a bit rushed with how abrupt it was, but it seemed like Empires was going on a bit of a burnout similar to Hermitcraft's. So the real question is, will there be a Season 3? In August of 2022, Joel and Lizzie said on a stream that they had absolutely no clue whether a Season 3 was going to happen or not, but to be fair, they were still in the middle of Season 2 at that time, so they had no real reason to think about Season 3. Fast forward to the ending of Season 2, Sausage stated on a stream that they still had no plans for Season 3, but the idea also wasn't completely turned down. Scott also gave some insight into what was going on behind the scenes. On a stream, he stated that many of the members weren't actually looking forward to a Season 3 at the moment, but Scott himself did want a Season 3, so the idea wasn't completely scrapped, but just put out there. It seems like the Empire's members are still on a big burnout, which is why they don't feel prepared for a Season 3 at all. But knowing that the idea was never really taken down, I think it would be best for them to wait it out for a long while before deciding to do a Season 3. This way, the Empire's members would be able to refresh and come up with new ideas. To keep things new and fresh, maybe Season 3 could have some sort of twist to make it widely different. Or maybe they could have some widely different members, considering that some of the current ones don't have any plans for Season 3. So if Empires SMP Season 3 were to happen much later in the future, when exactly can we expect it to come into place? Now, we can't really know for sure, but there are some ways we can predict. Like I said before, right now, most of the Empire's members are on the New Life SMP, which also has a couple non-Empire's members. New Life is a hardcore SMP where each member has 6 lives, and once they all run out, the SMP ends. If Empire Season 3 were to happen, it would definitely have to take place after the ending of New Life, but probably not right after. If we take a look back, New Life's predecessor, the Afterlife SMP, lasted around 3 months in total. Since New Life has a very similar basis to Afterlife, I think we can expect a similar time frame. However, New Life has only been around for a month, so I predict it would only last for about 2 more months before ending. Now, like I said before, the Empire's members would probably need a giant break before Empire Season 3, so I highly doubt that it would start up right after the end of New Life. If we can expect New Life to end, say, in around August, I'd say there would have to be at least a 3-month time frame before Season 3 comes into place. So Empire Season 3 might not happen until late 2023, like November or December. And even then, the Empire's members still might not be prepared, so they might even push it back to early 2024, like sometime between January and April. Overall, this is all really just speculation, so there's no real knowing what could happen. So now getting our speculations out of the way for when Season 3 might happen, let's talk about who's gonna be in it. Like I said, some of the current members are a bit tired of Empires, and we might not see some of them in a future season. For example, this isn't confirmed, but I heard somewhere that Sausage said that Gemini Tay was gonna be a full-time hermit, which means no more Empires content for her. Again, unconfirmed. But yeah, we might see some new members come into play, so let's see who might be able to join Empires in the future. If there were to be some new members, I think they would most likely come from similar SMPs that some of the Empires members were on. Let's take in the Littlewood, who's already great friends with many of the members. I think Martin seems like a pretty good candidate for Empire Season 3, considering that he's been on multiple similar SMPs, like One Life, New Life, and the Third Life series. Martin's even made a cameo on Empire Season 2 as the old sheriff. Overall, he's a really good storyteller, which would be perfect for Empires, But Martin doesn't really specialize in building or redstone where most of the Empire's members do, so that might be a problem. How about good times with Scar? I think that Scar would fit in perfectly with the other Empire's members. He's an insane builder, and all of his builds tell some sort of storyline, which is perfect. He already knows a lot of the members through other SMPs like New Life or the Third Life series, but I think the main issue with Scar is that he's already on Hermitcraft, which takes a lot of time and commitment. And Scar's a pretty prominent member on the server too, so joining Empires might be a little hectic. But we've seen some members on both servers like Gem, Pearl, or False. Next up, we got CPK. CPK has a long history with the Empire's members, being on SMPs like X-Life, Afterlife, or New Life, but his content doesn't really match that of an Empire's member, so I wouldn't count on him being too committed to joining. There's a lot of other YouTubers who I think could make great candidates, like Zombie Cleo or Orange Juice, but each of them have their own pros and cons of joining. Overall, whether or not Empire's SMP Season 3 is gonna happen, it's still really impressive to see the things they've accomplished so far. Do you think Empire's SMP is gonna have a Season 3? When do you predict it would happen? And who do you think is gonna join? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see my thoughts about Hermitcraft Season 9's burnout and absence, I made a video about that, which you can check out too. I'm planning to make a video about Minecraft's greatest redstone YouTubers, so you might want to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.